Hello, my students. How are you? This is Professor Suleiman, your teacher for KHE 108, Introduction to Movement Analysis. How was the first topic? I hope you enjoyed our lesson for the first topic, which was stages of walking or phases of walking. I assured you in my welcome video of part 1 or topic 1 that you will find the course interesting. I am keeping to that promise. All I want from you is to stick to the course to the end. Now I am welcoming you today to another lesson, and today's topic is stages of running under the course movement analysis. And like I told you, the study of movement analysis is a basic thing to every student of human kinetic and health education, because movement analysis is a basic knowledge to students of human kinetic and health education. This is due to the fact that this knowledge enables the student to know the types of movements, reasons for movements, importance of movements, organs involved in movements, the biomechanics of movements, etc. What this simply means is that anybody that is performing any physical task, with this ample knowledge, he'll be able to know which body organ is being used to perform which physical task. So let's go. By introduction, like I said, the objectives of today's lesson. I told you today's lesson is stages of running, and the objectives includes, at the end of the lesson, students should be able to understand and explain the different stages of running, which includes initial contact, braking, which in other words is known as absorption, then mid stance, propulsion, and the swing. Good. Then stages of running. The stages of running are divided into two: stance phase and the swing phase. Stance phase and the swing phase. The stance phase, the difference between the stance phase and the swing phase is this: the stance phase is when the foot of an individual is in contact with the ground, then you are said to be in stance phase. And then the swing phase is when the foot is not in contact with the ground. When you are running, automatically when you are running and you are off the ground, then you are in swing phase. But when the time that your leg is on the ground, that means you are on stance phase. So as we go along, you understand better. The stance phase is traditionally paid more attention to in the study of performance and injury, as it is in this phase where the foot and leg bear the whole body weight. And the swing phase is presented as a passive movement, that is the product of stance phase and not consciously controlled. Like I said, this is divided into 4 stages. That is the first phase, which is stance phase, and the 4 stages includes initial contact with the ground, the legs initial contact with the ground, then the braking, the mid stance, and the propulsion. Good. The initial contact, let us imagine you are at that moment in your stride, that is in your running, when both feet are off the floor, sometimes referred to as float phase. When you are off the floor, you are running and both legs are off the ground, then you are said to be in initial contact. Your left leg is out in front of you and about to touch the ground. This moment, whether you land on your heel or your midfoot or on your forefoot, it is called initial contact, and it marks the beginning of the stance phase. And your right foot behind you is off the floor and in swing phase. Then the braking. As soon as your left foot makes contact with the ground in front of you, your body is in effect performing a controlled landing, managed through deceleration and braking. Your left knee and ankle, which is the opposite of straightening, and the left foot roll in pronate to absorb the impact forces. During this process of absorption, the tendons and connective tissue within the muscle store elastic energy for use later in propulsion stage. Then the third one is the mid stance. The braking phase or the braking stage above continues until the left leg is directly under the hips, taking maximum load. As the body weight passes over it, the left ankle and knee are at 8 maximum flexion angle. This moment is called mid stance. Sometimes it is also referred to as single support phase. Single support phase. Don't worry, you understand what I mean. You understand better as we go along. Then the third one, the fourth one, propulsion. Now that your leg has made a controlled landing and absorbed as much energy as it is going to get, it starts to propel you forward to move to the direction that you want to go. This is achieved by your left ankle, knee and hip all extending to push the body up and forward using the elastic energy stored during the braking phase. The more elastic energy available at this stage, the less your body has to use the muscle. Then we come to the next second phase. The second phase has 3 stages, which includes at the moment of toe off, your left leg has traveled as far back as it is going to land, as far back as it is going to, and the heel starts to lift towards your backside. The height of the heel reaches, and the returning drive of the knee is dependent on the power of hip extension achieved and will hence be greater at higher speeds. Then the upper body and arm mechanics, which is the second one. The interaction between the upper and lower body plays a vital role in running. The upper body and arm action providing balance and promoting efficient movement. This balance is achieved by the arm and upper body effectively working in direct opposition to the legs. Bringing the left arm forward opposes the forward drive of the right leg and vice versa. And the third one, which is the last one on the second phase, by working as opposite, forward momentum is maintained. The arm and upper body also counterbalance rotation in the midsection. For example, as the right knee is fired through in front of the body, an anti-clockwise momentum is created. To counterbalance this, the left arm and shoulder move forward to create a clockwise momentum to reduce rotational forces. I think one of the best ways to understand what I have just explained is to study this diagram. The diagram, if you see, there are 4 structures within the diagram and 6 structures within the diagram, and it is divided into 2. It is not written that it is divided into 2, but if you study it like I'm explaining now, it is divided into 2. The first 3 relates to the stance phase, and then the last 3 relates to the swing phase. Study the diagram very well, you understand everything. The first is the initial contact, the mid stance, the take off, the initial swing, the mid swing, and the terminal swing. Study it very well, you understand. If you have any problem, please contact me. In summary, This lesson describes and analyzes the stages that are involved in some fundamental movement patterns. One of the major fundamental movement patterns is running, which I have just explained. And in conclusion, I want to give you reading assignments. Your assignment before we meet in the next class is to read the next topic ahead, which is stages of jumping. In the last class, we have done stages of walking. Today, we have done stages of running, and in the next class, we are going to handle stages of jumping. Gradually, you will understand everything about this program. I told you the subject is very easy, very simple. You understand it. What I am only praying is that you will stick to the course. Please stick to the end. I'm wishing you all the best and have a nice time. Good day.